Today, I want to give you a hack for building a relationship with your child. Children are great by their very nature, and we have the privilege and responsibility of raising them. It can be challenging at times. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Cynthia Armstrong. I'm a general and special education teacher. I homeschooled my own children for 5 years, and I talk about those things that I have researched, I've studied, and have applied, and that have worked for me and my children and my students. Today, I want to talk about a hack that is a super vital hack in building a relationship with a child. And that hack is to allow your child to be heard. So often, as a teacher, as a mother, life gets really busy. We have schedules to keep. We have things to do. And when a child wants to tell me a long-winded story about something that happened with a friend, like a play-by-play, or they want to go on and on about a book they've read, or they want to talk about mermaids or sports or something that doesn't interest me. And for everybody, it'll be something different that doesn't really interest us. It can be hard to show that we're listening, that we make that eye contact, that we truly hear our child. And the reason that that is such a struggle is, or it's a struggle when we focus on the things we're missing out on, the other things that we need to do, the dinner, or or I'd rather be talking about something that interests me. And we lose sight that our purpose right now isn't to be excited about the hearing every detail of the book they just read. It's not about being excited about whatever show they're currently into. The purpose is to just show that love and attention to our child. And when our focus is on just showing love, if we have that in the very front of our mind and not all the things that we're missing or we'd rather do, then all of a sudden our child feels heard. We feel connected to our child, and our child will feel connected to us. Even if we've been disconnected for a while, as we really pause and we put that energy and focus into being with our child, listening to them and not talking at them, but truly hearing the things that are exciting to them or interesting to them. And we take the time to hear a play-by-play then of whatever it is, the video game, the show they watched, an event at school, then they really can feel that we care and that there's not a judgment in anything they tell us, but we're there to listen and to support them. We can say things like, wow, I could tell you really enjoyed that. Or what is it about that you find so enjoyable? Not in an accusatory tone, but in that that interest, that curiosity. And I know life truly is busy, and we truly do have schedules that need to be kept, especially if you're working at home, then that can create some tension. Which way do I go? And so long as our child feels heard, it's okay. They want to come tell us something, it's okay for us to say, I really would love to hear about that show that you watched. Please give me 15 minutes and I will come find you and listen. Okay, so we can go ahead and put some kind of, you know, we're going to do this, but right now is not the time on it. And it can be 15 minutes, it can be an hour, it can be at dinner, whatever works in your schedule. But the important thing is that you let them know, and you don't just say, oh, I'm busy, but you really expressed interest in hearing about it and then following up. Don't forget to ask them about that at dinner. Don't forget to go find them in 15 minutes or whatever it is that you have said that you would do. Because it's not feasible for us to be able to drop everything every second of any second, right? That there is often kind of that timeline, and it's okay to put it on that. But if possible, when possible, take the time right then and there. Look them in the eyes. Don't say things like, oh, in your head. Don't say things like, oh my goodness, how long is this going to take? Or, oh, and we come up with this little talk in the back of our head that puts energy that, even though we're not saying out loud and we might have a smile on our face and we might be nodding, they can feel that other energy that we're not fully there and present. But if we have kind of that love and that joy, I get to spend this time with my child. I get to hear about things that are interesting to my child. If we put that kind of energy, and that's the energy we have in our mind and in our heart, then there will be a connection. You will be amazed at how that energy allows us to connect with our child and for our child to connect with us. And if we haven't connected with our child in this way for a bit or ever, that's okay. It might take a time or two, but you will feel that energy in your body, and they will eventually feel it too. And even if they don't believe it at first, if you keep at it, that energy will be contagious and they will not be able to help but connect with you. And so we know whether we're in that state if we are feeling joy, if we're feeling love, if we're not feeling that pressure of time, or things like that. If we have that just infinite patience. And again, that doesn't mean any time or even any length of time. We can even say, wow, I have noticed that you've done all of these things, and how did it feel to do those things? I'd love to hear about the rest of it, but right now I hear the timer going off and I need to whatever, with dinner, whatever with dinner that you need to do. Or I told so-and-so I would make this call, but I'd really love to hear the rest of this. And again, schedule that time. I'd love to hear the rest of this as I'm tucking you in at night. I mean, take the time where you're already spending time with that to just really make a connection, instead of just, oh, okay, you're in bed, we've read our story, good night. We can take that time and again, feel that energy, feel that love. Tell yourself and feel when our mind and our heart both feel the same thing. That's when our children will feel that love and that energy that we have for them. And that's where that connection will happen. So that is one of the big hacks for creating a connected relationship with your child. And remember, all children are great by their very nature, and it's our privilege and our responsibility to raise them. Hi friends, Cynthia Armstrong here. Thanks for joining us today. Please make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you can see when new videos come out and like this one. It is such a responsibility and a challenge to raise great kids, and we are here to help you along that journey to make it as enjoyable and fun and fulfilling as possible. Please check out our website, www.raisinggreatkids.net, and I will leave that in the description below.